It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it is showtime. What's happening, everybody? Thank you if you're watching me live right now. Thank you. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm giving you a hand. Thank you, 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 thank you. The Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. If you're chilling in Hawaii, man, I'm not the jealous type, but I'd love to be there doing the show live. One day, speak it into existence out in Hawaii is 1:30. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. You and everybody you know and don't know, everybody that you like, that you love, that you really ain't too crazy about, can't stand, hate, strangers, aliens. Tell them all to subscribe to the Geno Jones channel right here on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share this and every episode. Today is Support Black-Owned Business Day, and I've got a guest, a black business owner who is also putting on this fabulous event. It's going to have a star-studded, special celebrity guest. We'll tell you about who that is, and you'll get to see my black business owner for today coming up. Let's kick off the show, ladies and gentlemen. First thing I need to do, because I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday, rest in peace, power, and paradise to Tracy Braxton, one of the Braxton sisters, Tony and Tamar, and then all the rest of her sisters. She was only 50. She passed of cancer. And it was kept quiet. The family knew. Only 50 years old and was a mom. So rest in peace, power, and paradise to Tracy Braxton. As my grandfather says. Every day above ground is a good day. Your worst day, 6 feet above ground, is always better than your best day, 6 feet below ground. You meant always just never take any day for granted because tomorrow is not promised. You just never know. And then, of course, I mentioned yesterday we talked about a radio broadcasting and business. Speaking of black-owned businessman, a legend in black radio, a legend in Chicago radio, Purvis Spann, the blues man. He passed away yesterday. He was 89. Legendary, iconic broadcaster. The man who gave Aretha Franklin the nickname, the Queen of Soul. As a matter of fact, I saw an old picture because he was a concert promoter. Speaking of a black-owned businessman, and he eventually bought the iconic, legendary radio station in Chicago, WVON, the voice of the Negro. That's what the VON stands for. He was actually able to buy the radio station. So just rest in peace. But as a black business owner, like I said, he was a concert promoter, and he brought in some of the biggest names, especially like I believe in the 60s. And then he did shows in the 70s also. But he brought Aretha Franklin to Chicago, and I saw a picture where he had this big crown that he was placing on Aretha's head, and he anointed her, dubbed her the Queen of Soul. And he also, B.B. King, the King of Blues, gave B.B. King that nickname, the King of Blues. So once again, rest in peace, power, and paradise. And condolences goes out to his daughter, Melody Spann Cooper, who still owns, of course, her dad bought the radio station, family-owned business. She's been running the radio station for years now. So I just wanted to take care of that. Now today, I want to do my birthday shout-outs. Happy birthday to Sylvester Stewart. Now you're saying, who is Sylvester Stewart? Who is that? Is he an actor? Who's dude? Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone. Sly Stone is 79 today. So happy birthday, Sly. Is Sly Stoned? Now, if you know anything about Sly Stone, that name Stoned, very, very appropriate. Because Sly was always stoned. So is Sly Stoned. You get it? Sly Stone. Sly Stoned on his birthday. Hey, it's your birthday, do you, brother? 79. Respect to you, my brother. One of the great performers, musicians, producers. Sly Stone, an icon and a legend. Google Sly Stone. For my millennials and zillennials, Google Sly Stone live performances, and you'll see. As a matter of fact, for all the P-Funk fans, like Parliament Funkadelic. So Parliament Funkadelic, they were like the evolution of Sly and the Family Stone. And Sly was just a bad dude. You want to see a live energy? You want some energy and live performance? Sly Stone. Google Sly Stone live performance. Just Google it. Whatever comes up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Will I Am of the Black Eyed Peas is celebrating a birthday today, 47. Mike Tomlin, Coach Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin is the nickel today, 50 years old. Happy birthday to Coach Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers. So proud of the brother. Now, speaking of brothers, Coach Tomlin, you need to go on and get Deshaun Watson. All right, I understand. I know he's still got 22 civil cases pending. The civil charges that he was facing when it comes to the whole sexual misconduct in Houston and Texas. A judge, apparently he cleared that, but I'm just saying. I would just give Deshaun Watson's agent a call because he would really look good in that black and gold up at Pittsburgh. I'm just saying. So happy birthday. Oh, yes, and I missed, yesterday was so busy. I missed wishing, let's see here. So Simone Biles, the greatest Olympic gymnast, female gymnast ever. Simone Biles turned 25 yesterday. And Steph Curry, the greatest shooter that God ever created, the greatest shooter of all time. No dispute, no conversation, no debate. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter in the history of humankind. Steph Curry turned 34 yesterday. And Quincy Jones, one of the greatest producers ever. Quincy Jones turned 89 yesterday, and one very, very special birthday before I bring on my guest today. Conway Jones. Conway Jones was born in 1888 in a little small town in Mississippi, Yazoo City, Mississippi. He eventually found his way to Chicago along with my grandmother, late grandmother, Amy Jean Rayford, who became Jean Jones with a Jean, who I'm named after. And then they were in Memphis, and my mother was born. And they came to Chicago like so many African Americans in the 40s, the huge great migration from the southern cities up north to Chicago and Detroit and Cleveland and Philadelphia and New York City. Conway Jones, a man who quit school in 3rd grade to get a job to help his mom take care of himself and his 2 younger brothers, he would call himself a tailor. He made clothes for men and women. He was a designer, but they didn't call him designers then, especially if you were a black man. The wisest, the smartest, the most intelligent and wisest person I have ever known. 1888. Can you imagine what a black man witnessed and had to live through? He was a veteran of World War I, not II, World War I. And he went on. He was just like I said, the wisest, the smartest person to date. And he passed in the 80s, and I still have not met a person that's smart, just general knowledge, smart, and as wise as Conway Jones. And I am honored and so blessed that he was my grandfather. And he and my grandmother raised me along with my mom. Really, like my grandparents, and my mother would tell you, she's watching now, my grandparents really raised all of us. My mom was the young mom. So happy birthday, Dad. I hope you're very proud of me. Because I'm very proud of you. I thank God for you. And I talk about you and quote you all the time. So just wanted to give a shout out. Rest in peace, power, and paradise. Rest in heaven to Conway Jones. Thank you for allowing me, point of privilege, or allowing me to a little self-indulgence to acknowledge the man who had the biggest influence on me of definitely any man on this planet. And along with my grandmother and my mother, nobody had a bigger influence still to this day has a bigger influence on my life than Conway Jones. So let me bring my guest on. It is Support Black-Owned Business Day today. You know, we always show love to Black-owned businesses, but I like to have special episodes and days where I get to feature. Now, yesterday, got to feature celebrity chef who's a Black-owned business owner who made the big announcement that now his business, Shrimp and Grits, is now a franchise restaurant. I'm talking about celebrity chef Carlos Brown. Now, there's a connection between Chef Carlos Brown, celebrity chef Carlos Brown, and my guest that I'm about to bring on camera, because now my guest is the owner of Outstanding Electric, and he is also having an event in April 10th, called Mimosa Me Please. Mimosa Me Please. Huge, like a huge date party, great event featuring celebrity chef Carlos Brown, entertainer and singer, star queen, and yours truly, the king of MCs. That would be me, Geno. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay on today, support a Black-owned business. It's my good friend. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Williams to the show. Brother Jeremy.
How you doing,
How you doing, man?
Outstanding.
All right, good deal, man. So listen, I want to thank you. You know, I always feature Black-owned businesses on the show, and I will, you know, select different days where I feature a Black-owned business owner, the owner of Outstanding Electric. Now, you know, a lot of times we as African Americans, we tend to gravitate and always, when you know you're young, you think about kids. They want to be an athlete or entertainer or singer or rapper. Now, you know, we've kind of expanded our horizons because now we've seen a black man become president and a black woman become vice president. And you know, we see people on TV and the media, but there are a lot of professions and a lot of businesses that a lot of times, for a lot of different reasons, that kids in our community, our youth, people don't really focus and tell them, you know, you got a better chance of opening up your own business than being a LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson or Jay-Z. And you could do very well and be very successful financially, have a great life and be your own boss. And the field, the trade of being an electrician, I've always, as a matter of fact, I went to a vocational high school, and I've always heard, man, electricians do very, very well. And there's a term, let's put it this way, being an electrician, and you can speak to it because I want you to kind of share your story and your journey about how you got started and from where you began to where you are now. And the biggest challenges you had as a Black-owned business owner is your business is recession proof, because we always gonna need an electrician. You don't have to worry about the recession or unemployment, whatever it is. You are always going to be in high demand. So once again, thank you for coming on. So share with the viewers your story, man, of Outstanding Electric. How did you get started? What was your inspiration? And what was some of the biggest challenges from when you started to where you are now, being a very successful business owner as an electrician?
Well, Geno, I started my business in 2017. But before I started my business, a contractor by the name of Gatch Electric gave me a try back in 2007. I graduated high school in 2006. So the contractor by the name of Jimmy Gatch gave me a try. And he gave me a try to be an electrician helper. And then he also sent me to Trident Tech and to the apprenticeship school. But before I did the apprenticeship school, I ended up going on Trident Tech on my own. And I got an associate's degree in 2014 for PLC, Logic Controls. And then I went to Trident Tech again, and I graduated in 2016. And I got a degree in applied science, industrial construction of electrical. So saying that, I went to school, then I went to another contractor by the name of Transworld. He sent me to apprenticeship school at Garrett. So when I went to the apprenticeship school at Garrett, I did first, second, third, and fourth, but I redid everything that I did in college, I redid all that. So some of my college credit some of my college classes gave me credit to skip first, second, and third year apprentice. So I went to school. I graduated as a master electrician, and then I opened up my business in 2017. So I've been with Quality Electric for about 13 years now. And once I finished with Quality, I said, you know what, I can do this. I'm making this man money. I can make myself money.
That part.
I said he paying me $25 an hour, and I'm making him millions of dollars. I said, so one morning I just wake up, I put my foot on the ground. I was like, you know what? Let me try to make me some money. So I went in there and I gave him 2 weeks notice. I said, hey, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, but I think I want to leap out on faith and try it on my own.
I love it. Now, so what year was that?
Huh?
What year was that when you made that decision? When you woke up that morning and put your feet on the ground?
2017.
2017. Wow.
2017.
So, what was initially? Was it overwhelming? Were you a little scared, anxiety, excited? And then, because I'm thinking, had you already saved the money? Were you stashed some money so you could open up the business? Did you have any idea how much money you would need to start up? Share that with us.
Okay, so what happened was I've been getting a lot of my boss contractors. They saw me doing the work, so they've been kind of cutting him out the loop and saying, "Hey, can you do the work?" So I was telling them, being a faithful employer, I was like, "Listen, I don't want to cut through my boss, but y'all need to go through him." But I can't. So I kind of played the fair, but so much people been coming at me, so I'm like, you know what? I got to make me some money now.
Yeah.
So I started telling them, hey, this is my business. First I did the business cards. So I started giving them a business card. And matter of fact, let me back up some first. I got the name Outstanding Electric from, I used to work at Acres on Remont Road. There was a guy named Mikhail. He was my boss. And every morning, I used to be a cashier. And customers used to come in there and they used to ask Mr. Mikhail, hey, how you doing? And he always used to say, outstanding. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? I outstanding too. So then I started looking at my work, my electrical work. And I was like, you know what? I do outstanding work. And I said, you know what? My business is going to be outstanding electric.
I love it.
So once I created the name, I had a little bit. I got a testimony on the money that I had stored up. So I had some money stored up, not doing the right thing at one time.
Okay.
So I saved the money, and God told me, he said, you know what? You can make the same money and do it legally. I give you the gift with your hands.
Wow.
Let's go ahead and do it the right way.
That part.
So like I said, it just was that one chance a customer gave me. And once she gave me that chance, it just my name just started going out there. And for example, like Celebrity, Chef Carlos, I did both of his restaurants. I did his electrical in Citadel Mall, and I opened his store up in Mount Corner.
Wow.
So that's how me and Carlos, he heard my name, and that's how me and Carlos got to be from business partner to friends now.
Wow. I love
And
it.
so it's just like I say, my whole, make a long story short, Geno, my whole thing is somebody got to give you a try. And once that person give you a try, you just go forth. Whether you, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna take off on this. I got the clients, I got the skills, and I got people who work for me.
I love it.
That's how I did it. And just was a chance.
And you know what's beautiful, Jeremy, brother. I so appreciate you you sharing your testimony, your story, you being so honest and open. And I hope for my young brothers and sisters who are watching this, and maybe even not so young, like you said, you know, you had a different life at a different time, but you know, God gave you a second chance, and He revealed, it's like, listen, you got a skill that's transferable. If you can make money on this end, I've shown you that you've got a gift to where you can make what you were making, and you could do it legally and make even more. And,
Yes,
and there's a lesson in that. And I don't know if you have, but I just hope that for all my young people, or even for parents, aunts, and uncles that may have a son or a daughter, a niece or nephew, listen to, please show them this episode, listen to this testimony from this brother right here. And he was very honest and open, about his history. And you can literally flip it, no pun intended, and flip those skills, but you had a gift, because we all have a gift. A lot of times we just, sometimes we don't recognize it, or we have it, we know we have it, but we're not certain. And I always say, Jeremy, always bet on yourself. Always believe in yourself. Never be afraid to bet on yourself. I don't gamble, but they say in Vegas, always bet on black. And I say in life, always bet on you. Because nobody on this planet can beat you being the best version of yourself. And confidence is half the battle. You could learn. You went to school. You did it the right way. You went to college, then you went to the apprentice school, and so you put the work in. You made sure you had the skills, but at the same time, you were not afraid to bet on yourself. And you said, "Wait a minute, I'm making this dude all this money. If I can do that, I'm doing the work, and the folks are coming to me. Why not bet on myself?" And you did it. And I'm really proud of you, man. So for any business owner, but especially the electrical field, because there's not a lot, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a lot of African American electricians compared to white electricians. Because for the most part, we think about electricians. I think of when I was a kid, when there was an electrician came by, it was a white dude, had the little truck, the little white van or whatever. So if there's just a few words that you would like to share with young people, and just tell them why they should consider becoming an electrician, and one day they could do like you did. You could become an electrician, work for somebody. Who knows? You may be able to work for somebody like Jeremy that's got his own company. He could be a mentor, and then one day you can open up your own electrical company. So what wisdom, what information would you want to share with some of the young people?
Well, I'm 34 years old, and I can honestly say, as being an electrician, I live in my dream now. I live in my dream, and I don't got to look behind my back. I don't got to look on my side, and I can just work. Yeah, I get tired working and putting in long hours, but that gonna pay off. That gonna pay off. But I want to tell my young brothers, like, even young sisters, if you got a dream and you can, like you say, just bet on yourself. I like how you use that. Bet on yourself, because ain't nobody is going to bet on you the way you bet on yourself.
Ooh, that part. Say that part again.
Nobody's not going to bet on you the way you bet on yourself. And nobody's not going to believe in you the way you believe in yourself.
Yes. Preach.
I believe in, man, I am that guy as an electrician. I am so confident, and now that I got young brothers watching me too, and they seeing like, how he doing this? And I say, all I do is work. Just work and be hungry, and whatever you do it to the best. Don't cut corners. Just do it. Just do it. Yes. Just do it. That's all you got to do. Just, like I said, I wake up one morning. I say, you know what? I tired making this man money. It's time to live my dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, and anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So I just tell my young brother, you don't got to go to college now, but you got to finish high school. Finish high school and get a trade. And if you can go to college, but you got to finish high school. You got to finish high school, and then you can go from there. But and somebody got to give. See, the thing is, we got to start giving these young boys a try.
Yes.
That's all. And even if you fail, let's just give them a try. You got to give them a try, and that's all I'm saying. And young brothers, if somebody give you a try, take off with it.
Right. And you know what? I love when you mention the word failure. I tell people, here's the thing: that some of the most successful people, some of the quote unquote greatest people that we know that have been the most successful, they will tell you. I remember, Michael Jordan would always, had a story about, he talked about how many times he failed. And people between, depends on who you like, MJ or LeBron. But Michael said that he failed many times. But the only difference, I tell people, Failure is only failure if you don't learn from the failure and you quit. Because really, when you talk about failure, that's a life lesson. That's a lesson. Just because you got it wrong the first, second, or third, or fourth time, don't mean you can't get it right. Like you said, put in the work. It's just like doing a math problem. It may take you a while. Some people were good at math. They could do a problem quick. Some people, it may take them a while. It may take them 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Don't matter. Everybody's different. You do you. You be true to yourself. But don't quit, like you said. To put in the work and bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
And you and I, we are living examples.
Yes, sir.
That brothers and sisters who are watching us right now, they can open up a business and have an electrical company. They can open up a media company and have their own show and create their own content. So I hope that we can be inspiration. And your story is so inspirational. So let's talk about this event that you're doing, man. So
okay.
Mimosa me, please. Mimosa me, please.
Mimosa me, please.
Mimosa me, please. There you go. It's an event happening in April. So what inspired you to do the event and share with the public a little bit about it? And like we said, we talked about, you got celebrity chef Carlos Brown, this performer, Star Queen. She is bad. And of course, yours truly is going to be hosting an MC. So just share a little bit about the Mimosa me, please. Talk about the event.
Well, I wanted to do the event. I wanted to do the Mimosa me, please event, just for a bunch of people who just did a bunch of accomplishment in life.
I love it.
It's just like I just closed on my set. So I bought a house in 2017 and I just totally renovated the whole house. And I bought another house about 2 months ago, and I got Section 8 paying me now for my rental property.
Wow.
So the whole concept is for me to just celebrate accomplishments for everybody, not just for me, but I just want everybody. And I figure out brunch. I got stars like Geno Jones, celebrity. Everybody just can be around a bunch of Black business owners, and we can just get together and matter of fact, just owners. It ain't got to be Black business owners, but it's just a bunch of owners going to be there, and everybody just going to network. It's really going to be a Mimosa me, please network party, if you ask me.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
But that's all. It's really a big accomplishment part. It's just a big accomplishment situation. That's all.
And it's good. Like you said, we're open to anybody, but it is, you know what, Jeremy? It's okay if we celebrate Black excellence. That's why I started a media company, because here's the deal. I mean, you've got other networks with mainstream audience. So the white community, they've celebrated what they do, and a lot of times we as African Americans, we do great things. And you've got to do like superhuman stuff just to be recognized for doing something positive. Now, if you go up and shoot up a 7-Eleven, then you're gonna be on the evening news, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, live coverage. They're gonna have TV trucks with live shots on your front lawn. So the media is quick, and I work in the media, but I'm using my platform in a different way. They will focus on the negative story, especially when it comes to Black people. We're going to, create this narrative that, all Black people are dangerous and criminals and thugs, and you should be scared of them, and they're lazy, and all of that, which is, not the case. That's like 1% of the community. But when other folks commit crime and start wars and bomb hospitals and bomb schools, that don't look like us, they don't. It has to be something horrible like Ukraine to get the attention. Otherwise, folks kind of look the other way. So that's a whole different story. But my point is, listen. You know what? We don't have to apologize for celebrating Black excellence, because guess what? Don't nobody else celebrate it. It's like, that's why I support Black-owned businesses. My show is open to any business owner, but name me on any other platform, major platform, CNN, MSNBC, the major networks. How many times have you seen a show, maybe Black History Month, where they celebrate Black excellence and celebrate Black-owned businesses? I mean, you have to be an Oprah or do something like Jay-Z has done, or Diddy or somebody or something like that, or Barack or Michelle Obama, you know. But there are so many stories like you, black-owned business owners that have been successful, electricians and real estate companies and contractors, doctors, lawyers, that people in finance, bankers, that they don't celebrate. The general media, they don't celebrate black excellence. So we don't celebrate each other, like he said. That's the key. We are celebrating each other's excellence. Who gonna do it?
Who gonna do us?
Ain't nobody been doing it, had they?
No, sir.
So one thing that my grandfather taught me, if you want something done, he said, Genie, if you want something done, sometimes you got to do it yourself.
Yes, sir.
He didn't believe in waiting around asking anybody to do any. As a matter of fact, he didn't like to ask anybody. He didn't want to bother anybody. If it was something he wanted done, he would just get up and do it. And he instilled that in me. So, and I see you still got that same drive. So Mimosa Me Please, I'd love to hold Mimosa Me Please networking event. So this is like your initial event. Are you thinking about maybe doing some more, maybe a couple times a year or once a year?
I think, Geno, I think we're going to end up doing some more. And I think the theme now would be the black excellent Mimosa Me Please.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Hey, man.
I like that.
You like that? Well, beautiful. So if anybody may be interested, is there a website where people can get some information about the Mimosa Me Please event?
Well, they can go to my email. They can email me at jeremytheelectrician@gmail.com. That's jeremytheelectrician@gmail.com. Or they can call, inbox me at area code 843-557-7491. That's area code 843-557-7491, Jeremy. And or they can go to my Facebook, which is Jeremy Williams, Mr. Outstanding Electric, and just leave me their name, and if they want to come, it does invite only, but we're going to open it up. We're going to open it up, Geno. We're going to open it up. But they got to call me first so they can get an address.
And if you need an electrician.
And if you need an electrician, oh man, I forget about that.
I didn't know where I got you. I got your back.
If you need an outstanding electrician.
Right, not just, wait, I'm sorry.
Not just an electrician.
Yeah, right. If you need an outstanding electrician.
You can call Outstanding Electric at area code 843-324-9696. That's area code 843-324-9696.
He's not just an electrician. He's an outstanding electrician. My man, Jeremy Williams, the Mimosa Me Please event coming up Sunday, April 10th in the Low Country area. May God continue to bless and have favor on you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your black excellence. Thank you for being a role model and an inspiration for young and even not so young brothers and sisters as an example. Like you said, if you did it, you said, I did it, you can do it too. I tell people, listen, what I'm doing, you can do it too. If you're not afraid to bet on yourself, if you believe in yourself, and don't let other people define who you are and what you can do, and shut off all that outside noise like a streaming service, people telling you you can't do this and you ain't never gonna be this, you ain't gonna be ish because your mama was this or your daddy was this, or maybe because you had a different life when you were younger and you were out in the streets or doing whatever. You know what? It's never too late. As long as God allows you to wake up and take a deep breath and put your feet on the ground when you get out of the bed and put your foot on the floor like Jeremy did and say, you know what? I'm making this man a lot of money. Why not do it? Why not do it so I can live my dreams? That is a testimony, living proof. The brother's a testimony. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Geno.
Thank you,
too.
man.
All right.
That's an inspirational story right there, my dude. Jeremy Williams, outstanding electric. You need an electrician, holler at my man. If you're interested about the Mimosa Me Please event coming up Sunday, April 10th, you reach out to him. He gave you the information. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Please Subscribe to the Geno Jones channel right here on YouTube. Please like and share this and every episode. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, Black business owner, who's been a guest on the show. He's the CEO and owner of Designer Cuts. You can check him out on Instagram. Check out his Instagram page. You get to see his work. The brother's work is just, it is fire. KLB Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her out. Check out her Instagram page and check out her work and her fashions, her designs. It's Lexi with 2 X's, LEXXIE underscore is that line below. So it's Lexi with 2 X's, Lexi underscore line below, Nicole Designs. And Bruce Gage, check out his Instagram page. As a matter of fact, this is a shirt, but I wear it like a jacket too. As a matter of fact, the shirt and the mohair sweater, courtesy Mario Uomo, part of the Mario Uomo line. Bruce Gage. On Instagram, Miglio Di Mario Uomo is MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO, or make it easy on yourself. Search Bruce Gage on Instagram. Check out his Instagram page. I love each and every one of you. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. I want to shout out, who else checking in here? Who is that? Is that, can't make out that name. I see my mother. And is that Gloria Miller? Oh, okay. I got you there. I love some of the conversations in the chat room. It is so amazing. So what's really interesting is that when we talk about supporting Black-owned businesses, there's some white people that get offended. And I say, Black people have supported white-owned businesses for 402 years and never complained about it. We bought, and we still buy Tide detergent, we bought Minute Rice, and we bought Aunt Jemima. As stereotypical and as offensive as that was, we bought Aunt Jemima pancake mix. Oh, I could go on and on and on. We bought Franco-American spaghetti. I'm really going old school. We bought Wonder Bread. We have hired. We bought homes from white real estate agents and gone to white banks and lenders. And most of the time, they didn't even want to give us a loan. So we have supported white-owned businesses for 402 years. And it was okay. But when we encourage each other to support a Black-owned business, because to this day, I can't name you. I know a lot of Black-owned businesses forever. And very few Black-owned businesses where you've had white folks lined up to support Black-owned businesses. I haven't seen it. I can just tell you, that's just not the norm. Korean-owned businesses, they make an emphasis to support each other. Jewish-owned businesses, Italian-owned businesses. So it's just amazing that and then you'll hear people say, well, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, when folks are trying to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and support Black-owned businesses to recycle some of the money in the community so we can build up the community and open banks and like they've done in Black Wall Street in so many cities, where we can create our own business districts with banks and hotels and shops and travel agencies and have auto dealerships and who knows, maybe open supermarkets, buy land and support farmers who can grow products, and then we can have those fruits and vegetables delivered to some Black-owned supermarkets. Wow, that's a novel thought. So it's funny, on one hand, you got some folks, you got some white folks, and it was just the MAGA mentality. Well, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, but when you're doing that, that's racist. Why would you say support a Black-owned business? Support a white-owned business. We have been for 402 years. But collectively, you all have not supported Black businesses. And if since we're going to go down that rabbit hole, as a matter of fact, let's talk about the Tulsa Race Massacre and what happened in Wilmington and so many cities, in Chicago, the Red Summer of 1919, where you had white mobs that destroyed black-owned businesses and homes, whole business districts. Google the Tulsa Race Massacre. That's exactly what that was all about. You had a group of white folks in Tulsa that were envious and jealous of this successful black-owned business district. And they created the black-owned business district because the white banks and hotels and shops wouldn't serve and wouldn't do business. Black people couldn't go into the stores and shop. If they had family visiting, they couldn't use the hotels because they were white only. So because of segregation, our ancestors created their own community. And then when they created these communities and they were out doing the white businesses in that town, then folks, they got their panties stuck up in their ass and got in their feelings and burned it down and bombed it. Yeah, Google that. So, to answer your question, support a white-owned business? We have, but you haven't supported black-owned businesses. Now, run and tell that. How about that? Support a black-owned business. And then holler at me. Support Outstanding Electric. If you need an electrician, call my man. Holler at him. I'm the right one or the wrong one. But thank you. Thank you for jumping in my chat room. Mr. Miller. I love each and every one of you. Even Mr. Miller. With his, I got you, boy. All right, I got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be on tomorrow, Wednesday. Working Divas Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Don't forget, this week, Thursday, my special guest is going to be R&B legend icon, two of them. Lenny Williams, Mr. 'Cause I Love You, the oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that song. Legendary, iconic, baby making, begging, oh, 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 oh song. And Miss Shirley Jones, they got together. They've got a brand new song, did a duet, so they'll be my guest Thursday. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Go back, if you missed it, go back and binge watch my episode Friday show. The legendary Howard Hewitt, the legendary R&B singer, former lead singer of the group Shalimar, along with my sister Jody Watley, Chi-Town native. They did their thing. They had like 2 lead singers in the group. That's how bad they were, Shalimar. They had a female lead and a male lead. So Howard Hewitt doing his thing, an R&B legend and icon, got a brand new video. I played it Friday and I played it yesterday. To Thee I Pray. If you missed that episode, go back and binge watch Friday's show. That's from March 11th. And then last night, yesterday, March 14th, Celebrity Chef. He is the Celebrity Chef. He has prepared meals for just about everybody, from Michelle Obama to Oprah to Tyler Perry to Viola Davis to Danny Glover to Whoopi Goldberg, Shaq, and a whole lot more. And he's going to be part of the Mimosa Me Please event, day party, event networking party, celebrating Black excellence. Be in your feelings, but you're invited to come. Be in your feelings if you want to. That's going to be happening on April 10th. All right, everybody, I got to get out of here. One more thing before I get out of here. Like I said, first of all, I love you. I really do. Happy birthday, Conway Jones. Rest in heaven. Thank you, Dad, for being the best example of what a man really should be all about. And thank you for taking me under your wings. Rest in heaven. I hope you're proud of me. One more thing before I get out of here. As always, be blessed and pray for peace all over the world, here and in Ukraine. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.